So I have had the pleasure of working with Alan on several months, including St. Paul, Parkland, and the VA on a multitude of services. I've always enjoyed my time with Alan and appreciated his time and dedication to teaching. I was grateful that he allowed me the independence and autonomy in running my service and taking care of patients while always keeping himself available to assist as needed. He has contributed to my education in many ways, including taking care of critically ill patients while assisting me with placing a central limb catheter in the abdomen of a NICU patient at the VA to perform a modified belt. He added to my experience of placing chest tubes on the floor at St. Paul after his Quinton placement. Additionally, he has spent a considerable amount of time teaching me operative techniques, as well as several modified operative techniques for sleeve gastrectomies, ileostomy placement, and the many uses of the gel port. Not only was he instrumental in my technical education, but also contributed to my consistent practice of presenting at morbidity and I am now well-versed on surgical site infections, the incidence of necrotic stomas, and fistula formation after abdominal wall reconstruction. Alan, thank you for your commitment and dedication to the junior residents. I have really enjoyed working with you over the last 3 years and getting to know you, your love for the spa, your love for the big green egg, and most of all, especially for your fiance. What I respected the most was your availability. You consistently were a team player, exemplified when you volunteered to take primary call on Christmas Day at St. Paul, so that those of us that did not have families in the Dallas area were able to visit with them. So Alan, thank you. We're so happy that you're going to be in Dallas, and best of luck next year at Baylor.
My name is Ben Brown. I also want to talk about Alan. When you're trying to think of stuff to talk about Alan, you can tell that there's a wealth of material. So he's a comedy goldmine when it comes to really finding things. But this isn't the place to talk about gallbladders converted to hemicolectomies, putting on tiny sweatshirts, or an excess of flatulence that can only be described as a medical disorder. It's not the place. Actually, I want to tell a story because Alan doesn't know it, but he's actually contributed more to my residency than any of the other chiefs right now. When I was an intern in June of my intern year, he was my third year on eggs, and we wrapped up, and it was the end of the month, and I was, hey, how did we do? Oh, you did fine. And he asked him how I did, and he said, well, no, you did fine. But, the most important thing about being a senior resident, about being a chief, is, taking ownership of the patients and knowing that these are your people. And there's going to be times when you got a sick person in the ICU, and you're going to have to be at their bedside all night long. And there's going to come a time where not only do you have to be there, but there's going to come a time in your training when you're going to want to be there all night long. And I remember listening to that as the end of my intern year and thinking, that sounds exhausting. Like, there is no way. And the next month, I'm on second year, and I'm running the service at the VA. And I got sick patients. And I got a guy in the middle of the night in the ICU who's not doing well. And I remember being at the bedside and feeling exhausted and feeling like I just want to sneak away and get a little nap and, just leave this to someone else. And honest to God, I thought about Alan. And I thought about what Alan told me and about the qualities that make a good resident. And I kid you not, man, for the last 3 years of our residency, I thought about that, and that talk you gave me more than you know. And I'm serious, man, like, you made me a better resident. And I can't thank you enough for that. And you're a stand-up guy, and you light up the Bryant when you're there. And I meant that, not in a methane-based way. And you're going to be missed, man. We're going to miss you.
I'll be presenting on Mike Lee's chair. say about Mike Lee. This guy has more Apple products.